music you're hearing is a Polish song in English. The Palace of Culture and Science is a symbol of modern Warsaw. It is a gift of the Soviet Union to Warsaw. It was erected in 1952. It houses the Polish Academy of Science, the Pen Club, or International Association of Writers, Museum of Technology, Zoological Museum, etc. This is the entrance to the old town. The history of the Royal Warsaw Castle dates back to the 13th century. It is the official residence of the Polish monarchs, located in the castle square. Together with the old town, it is registered with the UNESCO World Heritage Site. This is the old town, and there's Hai taking pictures, recording this area.
Zobaczcie, tu macie napisane. To się nazywa Matka Boska Warszawska. W którym roku?
Pięć metrów do sklepu, kurwa jest tych 4, jedna w drugą nie może spojrzeć, żeby po wodę polecieć. Tak wiesz, rąbią.
Alright, this is the gate. We're going outside the old town.
Waiting on the other side of the square, so please follow Jadwiga, our local guide. So the bus will not be waiting for us here, the other side of the square.
This is the park here in Warsaw. The music is from Chopin. And we are here at the park. This music of Chopin is coming from the park. If you push the button on the bench, music will play. Well, here's the tomb of the unknown soldier, and it's being guarded by two Polish guards. They have changing of the guards every 4 hours. This is the changing of the guards here in Warsaw. These monuments commemorate the heroes of the historic Warsaw uprising against the Nazi Germans. The insurgents used the sewer to move around Warsaw during the uprising. Unfortunately, the uprising was bloodily suppressed. Krasinski Palace, constructed in 1677 for the mayor of Warsaw. Today it hosts the Department of Early Manuscripts and Prints of the National Library. This is the residence of Madame Curie, who discovered radiation. He won 2 Nobel Prizes, both in physics and chemistry. So this is her residence here in Warsaw. Art Nouveau is an international philosophy of a style of art, architecture, and applied art, especially decorative art. Note the designs on the wall of the buildings.
And the name of the street is Marshall Street, Marszałkowska. And this is one of the streets of Warsaw. And there is another one, Jerusalem. So finally they decided to leave it.
Which building is it again?
It will be to your left-hand side. Skyscraper, or Peugeot skyscraper. And please look to the right, you can see neoclassical, Ernesto, neoclassical. There are some people calling the structure St. Joseph Cathedral, so it means St. Joseph Stalin Cathedral. And the only place not to see, according to many, this ugly structure is to go on the top and to sit on the top. So the whole structure is below and you don't see it.
A little bit further, the next building would be the military museum, when on the outside they have the Second World War military. Tower, Green Church Tower ahead of us. That is the church where Frédéric Chopin's heart has been buried. It's in the crypt, but the crypt is not underground, but in one of the
are here at the park and center city of Krakow. We are here in the town square, market square. Well, we are here at the center of the market square, and that's the main square right there at the background. And you can see the square here is full of people. And there's the White Church, so one of the oldest church here in Krakow. Well, this is the Church of St. Mary, St. Mary's Basilica. And the inside is just fantastic. That's it? On the hour.
That's it.
And you can call every hour here at Market Square in Krakow, Poland.
They're fighting for the food. Look.
There's the shopping center where we had some McDonald's. There's the train station where we came from, and this is the courtyard. And you can see it's quite busy in here. We're here at Jagiellonian University Library, and there's a show.
This is much younger than the one in Munich.
We are now exiting the castle of Wawel.
built in 1981 by Hoess and Sikroci, artists who sponsored the statue as well, commemorating. We can go through the church.
And there's the White Church, so one of the oldest church here in Krakow. Now we're going to the gas chamber number 1. This mount here is the gas chamber, and this place was liberated by the Soviets, the Red Army, and out there is the gas chamber. This is the inside of the gas chamber. These are the track of the train that came from Auschwitz to deliver the prisoners to Birkenau. This is looking from the west tower, looking down at the prison camp in Birkenau, where most of the killing was done. Where the gas chamber, most of the gas chamber was located. The Auschwitz death camp was established between 1940 to 1945. It is a symbol of genocide and Holocaust the world over, of unparalleled horror. It killed between 1.1 to 1.5 million in the gas chambers, 5 of which is located here in Birkenau, or Auschwitz II. About 90% of victims were Jews. This is looking at the prison camp from above, from the west tower. At the background is the villa of Rudolf Hoess, the commander of this garrison. And he was tried in Nuremberg, was found guilty, and was hanged Here, right here, that's where Rudolf Hoess was hung. The following monuments is to honor the heroes of the ghetto. Before World War II, Warsaw had the largest Jewish population of any city in the world, second only to New York. There were 300,000 Jews that lived here before World War II. Then the ghetto was mercilessly burned to the ground by the Nazi Germans in 1948.